You know, this year's pitch night is unlike any other. In past years, I stood on the stage of Marrus Auditorium at UCSF Mission Bay and welcomed a filled room with many familiar faces in the crowd. Tonight, I'm staring at a computer screen, able to see only the team pitching and the judges. And instead of reading the audience engagement and being able to give nonverbal high fives to the teams as they walk on stage, I worry about lighting and internet connections, and I'm accompanied only by my dog. Welcome to our new world. But by the way, we had about 750 signups for this pitch night, including entrepreneurs, investors, guest lecturers, mentors, industry people, pharma executives, and to all of you, welcome. This is a dark time in our history. I'm not going to talk about COVID, except to say how proud I am to be a member of this university in this extraordinary period. UCSF's leadership is exemplary. Our clinicians, scientists, and students are responding to this disaster, creating diagnostic tests, developing novel therapeutic strategies, designing clinical trials, and tracking outbreaks. We are indeed a powerhouse. The inventiveness and dedication of my UCSF colleagues is outstanding. And against this backdrop, we're proceeding with Pitch Night, the culmination of a class that brings Silicon Valley to UCSF and teaches our community how to create high-impact, scalable, deep science and tech businesses. To quote our industry association bio, innovation will help solve this crisis and nothing will stop innovation. So let's talk about entrepreneurship. We started class on January 26th, a date when the world was still sane. Students expected an intense, exciting exploration of the startup world. Then COVID happened. 4 of the 12 teams you'll hear tonight started thinking about how they could pivot their focus to help with COVID. One student spent last weekend at an MIT-sponsored hackathon to build an app for new ways to deliver care. Another student has sourced a potential serological test in China and is seeking ways to test its efficacy in the US. Last night, I heard from a student who postdocs at the Abadi lab that he has gotten permission to work on a rapid diagnostic test. Our entrepreneurs are doing what entrepreneurs do, seeing a need and seizing it. Let me tell you about this cohort. There are 4 first-year med students, notable because this class has intense time demands. Med students typically drop out after week 2. These med students not only completed the class, but are among the top performers. There is a team of pediatric surgeons who sometimes can't be in class because you're doing surgery, one of the better excuses I've heard. One student joins team calls from India where he's been stuck. There are PhD students and postdocs, master's students, faculty and staff, people from the business community, Berkeley, Haas, and Stanford. We strive to mix our UCSF community with others for diversity of experience. If a team is not led by a UCSF person, that team lead has to recruit 1 or more UCSF people to join in order to get into Startup 101. Let me tell you about the class. Our goal is to teach how to take a scientific or clinical idea and translate it to a startup. Motivations range from wanting to see what this is all about to absolute commitment to doing a startup. In the words of one postdoc, I'm dead serious. There are 2 business community-led teams who have already launched. Some of the teams you see tonight will proceed on the path to starting a company or have already started one. Others will delay because they're still in school or need to mature the science inside UCSF. And still others aren't serious. They've been exploring entrepreneurship as a possible future path. In addition to creating an executive summary and pitch deck, every team completed 20 customer discovery interviews to help them understand the market. We helped create NIH's I-Course syllabus and are steeped in customer discovery. I want to give our thanks to our many guest lecturers and mentors who helped make this class the top life science on healthcare entrepreneurship class in this country. Teams will be judged tonight by 6 investors, both angels and VCs, who represent a spectrum of approaches and sector interest. I'll let them introduce themselves in a minute. We have 2 valuable prizes for tonight's teams and want to thank the angel groups who are providing them. First, thank you to Life Science Angels and founder chairman Alan May, who is one of the judges tonight. Life Science Angels will give the top 2 teams the opportunity to present to the screening committee, bypassing hundreds of applications and moving to the top of the pile. So thank you, Alan. These teams will also be mentored by an LSA member. And thank you also to Band of Angels and Judge Rich Julis for contributing a mentoring session to the top 2 winners. The band has done this for the past few years, and it's been immensely helpful for the teams. Tonight's format is a 7-minute pitch by the team lead, who will be joined by team members for a 2-minute Q&A by the judges.